Hello everyone, my name is Dawson and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I got you guys the best settings to use here in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Before we get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications so you never miss one of my uploads. With that out of the way, let's get right into the video. One quick thing before I get into the settings, do not change your settings every day or every week if you're not having success with them. Obviously, when you use the settings more often, you'll get more used to them and you'll become a lot better. And every time you reset or change your settings, you'll just restart your progress all over again. Like, for example, I've had these settings for the past 8 months and I've amassed a 3.5 KD with these settings. But anyways, let's get right into the settings, starting off with the horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity. These two settings basically go together. I run a 6.6. I have seen people run between either 5 or 7. Most of the pros ran 6 or 5 last year in Cold War, so basically that's just the default. If you want to be cracked out, you can probably run a 10 plus, but if you're just not, I find 6.6 being a comfortable sensitivity. Next, for the ADS stick sensitivity on the low zoom, I run a 1. I believe that I used to run a 0.8 a while ago, but then I changed it and now I run a 1. So anywhere between 0.8 and 1 are probably the most comfortable settings. And then the high zoom, it should also just match your low zoom. It just, I don't know, I don't snipe, so it doesn't really count or, make sense for me. For the button layout, I run tactical. So this basically means that I melee with my circle and then crouch or prone with my R3. So basically this really helps me slide cancel, and that's just the main reason I use it. Now you can probably run bumper jumper or stick and move. Those are the two other settings or the button layouts that I do see a lot, but I find tactical being the best for me. Along with that, I do play with flips, so that means that I shoot and aim with L1 and R1 instead of L2 and R2. I just find it a lot more comfortable, but honestly the setting's totally personal preference. I've been running flipped ever since Black Ops 4, so just go with whatever is more comfortable to you. I'm going to skip over these unknown, boring settings like invert vertical look because they're just unneeded. Another huge setting here is the aim response curve type. I run dynamic. I've seen a lot of people run standard or dynamic. A lot of the pros think the dynamic aim response curve type is pretty broken, so I try out dynamic if you have not yet. I do not see a lot of people running linear, so I'd probably stay away from that one. Controller vibration is disabled. This is another personal preference setting. Again, I have not used controller vibration ever since Black Ops 4. Trigger effect, I'm pretty sure this is just a PS5 controller setting. I have this disabled. Target aim assist is enabled. If you don't play with aim assist, I don't know what you're doing. Target aim assist mode. Now I run standard. I have not really messed with any of these other settings, but I don't know. I just stick with standard. It just makes a lot more sense to me. ADS aim assist enabled. Here's another one, airborne mantle behavior. I run manual. There are a lot of times when I would run automatic where I would just auto mantle and it would just mess up and I'd lose a lot of gunfights, so manual is the way to go. Aim node sight behavior is hold. And then these other ones. Oh, here's another big one, the left stick min input threshold. I run a 5. This is basically just all depending on your controller and on stick drift. Basically, if you go from anywhere from 0 to 5 or maybe even 10, those are in between that range is probably what you want the minimum set at. The max you should always have set at 99. And then again, with the right stick, I have it on 5 and then 99 again. Controller sounds, auto sprint. This is a big one for me. Basically just helps me with my slide canceling. I find the auto sprint very helpful when I'm slide canceling. And the slide canceling is a mechanic that you definitely want to use to your advantage. And then all these other ones. This interact reload behavior is probably a big one. Honestly, you could probably just mess around with this one. I just have the tap to reload. For the graphics, I don't have anything too crazy. We'll start off with the colorblind modes. I did not run a colorblind type. I know some of them do make your game a lot more vibrant. The only thing that I have changed here is the enemy color. I have it on the darkest red. I think it's just easier to see. Brightness, you should totally mess around with this on your own monitor or TV. My brightness will not be your brightness, is what I'm trying to say. Field of view, this is a huge setting right here. And I've seen people run from anywhere to 90 to 120. So anywhere in that range is probably nice. I run 105, you can probably try 100. Somewhere in between, you know, is a happy medium. ADS field of view is affected. Now, I have seen a lot of people run affected on Warzone, so that's why I used it here. I've never seen too many people run independent, so I'd stay away from that one. Motion blur is disabled. This is actually a massive setting that is honestly kind of underrated. One of my friends used to have motion blur on, and then once he turned it off, he became a lot better. So if you have motion blur on, you want to turn this off immediately. For the audio, you guys just want to mess around with this. There's a lot of like personal preference settings here. So my master volume is at 90, music is at 0. I don't like the music, but hey, if you like the music, go ahead. All power to you. All these other settings are honestly just like personal preference. I just don't notice them. Audio presets, I run the Treyarch mix. I'm pretty sure I saw the pro player Phase Simp run Treyarch mix, so that is why I have it on. Hit marker sound effect is enabled. Select hit marker sound effect. This is a massive setting here. A lot of people ask me how I got the hit marker sounds that I do, and this is how I run the classic ones. Now the default ones sound a little weird to me, so I ran on classic, and the classic ones I believe are from Black Ops 4, and that's probably why I like them so much. And then these other settings in audio are just unneeded. And then also the interface, keyboard, and mouse, and then the account and network. Account and network are all privacy settings, don't want to get into that. Keyboard and mouse are just not needed because obviously I play on controller. And the interface setting, there's just a lot of like random settings in there that are just unneeded. But yeah, that is the best settings to use here in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. If you guys found this video helpful, make sure you guys slap the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.